Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Today is what, Ghana? How's today's date, Ghana? Regardless of today's date, I'm sure getting a good morning. As you know, I am Jewish Dr. Rafael Balogun. And and why am I even doing this video? Why? Oh yeah, I want to talk about something. Two things in particular, but I'm thinking of splitting the video into two so that I would have more videos and it will also save my space and also a lot of things. As you guys use iPhones and big memory phones and still experience memory problem, so I'm using low memory phone, and then it is actually a kind of must for me also to experience memory problem. So that is that. And that is why I'm going to split it. Okay, what should I even talk about out of the two? I want to ask you things. The first one is, when you are determining whoever that you want to marry or you want to have a complete sex with for gene transfer purpose, you get, or you want to marry, you get. I'm looking. That is one topic to talk about, and the other one is escorting services, companionship services, pros and cons, and when and why it should be done or should not be done, whatever. Maybe I'm in support, maybe I'm opposing, maybe I'm supporting and opposing, making it situational, whatever. Those are the two topics I would like to talk about today, and I'll be uploading on X videos today or tomorrow. The reason is simple. YouTube said my videos are too long, and I'm not interested in doing short videos. I'm interested in doing long videos. So, and the only place to easily upload my videos free of charge, since I'm not charging for the videos, is online, like through the X videos, because they're making it free. So that's that about that one. So which should I talk about between the two first? Now, yes, I know when I start talking about it, whatever, I'm just wasting time though. Now let's even come back to the real thing. Let's first talk about for complete sex. If you want to have complete sex with someone, what are the things you should consider? Now, and before you can have that, remember there's a video I made on the site, on next videos on my channel, where you're going to learn about the differences between masturbation, masturbate sex, and sex itself. Now we are talking about sex, and then you remember I talked about sex as the complete kind of situation where the fluid, like the genetic fluid of any of the parties, successfully enters the other party. You get, that is sex. You get. The other one is masturbate sex, the one you use condom for, and the rest, like condom, like there is no contact, even though you had sex, like there's no direct contact. You get. That one was, I explained that one as masturbate sex. And then masturbation, you doing it yourself with your hands. You get, no sexual organs involved. That is the one for what do they call that one? No? Masturbation. Now, for the sex now, are you the guy? Are you the woman? What should you look for? Like, are you the guy? Are you the girl? What should you look for in any of the gender? Now, before you even talk about what to look for, what is your purpose of having sex? If having sex is just for fun, you just want to destroy your life, you should switch to masturbate sex. That's the truth. If it is just for fun, then switch to masturbate sex. Even for married couples, it is dangerous, because if you go and send incomplete gene, your body will start to get confused over incomplete gene. Masturbate sex itself is dangerous for married couples. Well, thank God they will keep having sex for life, not that they will be changing partner. So short, if you correct each other, no, last you get correction, but it will be easy for correction, for repair. But for youths like us, that we are not even ready for whatever they call marriage, and then you are not having sex without an agenda than to just have fun. It's problematical. I'm not talking about whatever they say in the Bible. How many times have I quoted Bible here? I'm talking about pure science. I talked about sexual destruction and gene confusion recently. It's on the site, on next videos, my channel. So I explained a lot of things. So now let's now talk about what you should look for. Now first, you must have a purpose. There's only two purposes to have complete sex in life: that God will not be angry, that Satan will be crying, and that you yourself will not be harmed. Just two reasons. Reason one, you are married and you want to give birth. Reason number two, you want to transfer the gene you think you don't have from another person. Maybe you've made attempts, you've done some exercises and it's still not working. You get, as fast as you think it should work, you get, then you can do gene transfer to speeding the process, and that is when you see someone who has that gene. Remember, in science there's what they call Mendelian whatever of hereditary and those stuffs. It's still the same concept. You get, the difference is that while you use fruits and the fruit gets pregnant this time around, so that the offspring will have that characteristics, not the parent tree. You get, for the case of human being, if it was done the right way, or if it is done the right way, the parent tree will have that characteristic. And that is what viruses are, or whatever that changes gene, even if there is no virus. Yeah, because I'm suspecting there is no virus. So whatever that attacks and mutates gene, you get what I'm saying? They take that as an advantage too. You get, that is their major entry point. So you should make sure that if it is only for those two you want to transfer gene, you can have complete sex. If you are not sure you like the gene in the person, but you like the person, Agbani, there is condom. Do masturbate sex style. In fact, do it from morning to night. It's not going to affect you genetically. It can actually give a kind of mental habitual effect depending on some other things that is your own factor, but it will not affect your biology as a genetic type of biology. You get? So now for the sex, now for guys and for girls, where should I start? Let's say it's girls that select. That's the truth. Guys only have sex with who allow them to have sex with, or rape. And if the guy will not rape, if the girl does not permit the guy, it is in rare cases you will see girl that seduce a guy and the guy will say, no, I'm not interested. Very, very rare. Maybe if the girl is satisfied, maybe he has his own way of getting himself satisfied better than his calculated you satisfy him. You get, whatever at that moment, and be like, what is it worth the sacrifice? Or maybe he's trying to do some calculations and then maybe there's no balancing, and then still and it's looking like, is it worth the sacrifice? You get what I'm saying now? In those rare cases, aside those rare cases, Ogbeni, I have not seen a guy, even me, if that is not the case, the guy that they will seduce and is not calculating any balancer and we now say it's not having the sex, me, I have not seen no. Like, it's stupid now. Same thing, but for girls, they have alcohol. The alcohol is too much. The alcohol. What's the tallest mountain? Mountain Everest, right? It is starting from Mountain Everest. Now it's ending there. You to Tiberi. So now let's talk about girls now, because it's girls that select most of the time. Well, guys, they don't have the luxury of selection. The only time they have the luxury of selection is when they have big money in their pocket. And please, let's even talk about something else. Girls are too lazy to portray the gene any guy would want to adopt into his body. That is one big thing. So aside the fact that it's girl that is even selecting, aside that fact, for instance, I'm forming up for my whole years till today, I have not seen a single girl that will interest me to want to say, okay, I want to get some whatever part of this person's gene. You get? I have not. Maybe they exist, but I have not currently seen. You get? So let's talk about that now. For girls now, what should you observe? What should you investigate before you decide to have sex with someone? Sorry, I'll quote the Bible somewhere. The Bible says that human beings sees the appearance, God sees the mind. Let's say it's in scientific form. We see morphology, just the skin and the clothes. God sees the genetics. You get what I'm saying now? But then it doesn't mean man cannot see the genetics. Doesn't mean man cannot see the genetics. Man can, if man is looking for. You get? But most of the time we are not looking for that. We are just looking at, okay, how the person looks physically to judge. You get? And sometimes in this comment, maybe in the past, when there is no self-destructive beautifying drugs, you get, out there. You get what I'm saying? When there are no drugs of those category, if a guy is fine, it's directly proportional to what he is internally. If the environment too is not bad, you get, this environment is very, very, very awesomely bad. You get, like, bad degree. So you'd have to look for the traits, genetic traits you want, and to do that you'd have to make sure that you are looking beyond how the person looks physically. Yes, physical appearance is a key factor, but then you should be able to, at least, if you don't like one part and one part is looking bad, try and look at, is it genetic or one sababi? You get what I'm saying now? Is it a kind of permanent condition or a kind of temporary condition? Yes, I'm an example. I have 2 broken teeth. Someone else will say he doesn't want a gene of 2 accidentally broken teeth. That's another thing. I lost the teeth after I was 18, and the teeth was fully grown, and a truly grown teeth cannot grow again. In short, it's not genetics. Even my genetics as a whole did not know that I lose a teeth. The person that knows that I lose a teeth is my consciousness and any other person looking at me. The things that are external is not part of it's not like, okay, let me explain this way. Now, okay, you are this girl, you want to do genetic transfer, you want to do, okay, first thing you should look for is, okay, what is the mental state of this person? That is the most important part. Let me tell you the reason. When I talked about gene transfer during sex, maybe you want to impregnate or whatever, yesterday, that I was saying that cooking rice, cooking beans is there. You get? And I was talking about cooking rice, cooking beans, whatever, and timing of about when the whatever is going to happen, and then you ejaculate, shortly or longly or whatever. Now, the thing is this. You now want to get this gene. I told you there that the mental state is not the first that we copy. It's one of the last parts. The reason is simple. For a child to at least successfully be made in the stomach, the physical morphology must first be. So the first copy of your gene that is sending is physical morphology. It is after we complete physical morphology they will now send mental morphology. You get? So what will be sent there is primarily your brain will be sent, yes, because the physical part, but what will be sent will not be optimized brain control. It will be basic functional brain. You have majorly, like, if we talk in computer terms, I would say microcontrollers. So we have basically controllers in our brain and a little hardware, or what will I call it, organ, like a little part of the brain for your consciousness to sit. You get? Then it is after that part the programs will now be written, aside the physical one, whatever. So after that part the programs will now be written. You get? Most of the time children inherit their mother's programming. not their fathers. Many of the times, you get what I'm saying now, for specific reasons, you get. But at the same time, if the guy, at least if the guy is the guy that at least stops and do all those stops, then maybe there is a good possibility. It's not maybe, there is a good possibility that the mental will at least be copied to a considerably significant extent. Now, you know how to have sex with someone, to copy a gene from that certain person to your body. Now, check the muscular tone of the person. Now, what does muscular tone say about the person? There are different types of muscular tone. There is chestward muscular tone and leg-thin tone. You get what I'm saying now? That one is unbalanced. There's leg-ward strong tone, muscular top, whatever, low tone. That one too is unbalanced. You get? So the first thing you look at, if you now look at the balanced one, why am I saying you should look for the balanced one? It's simple. You will know the habit of that person, right? Is this person stereotypic, or is this person careful of taking care of his life? You get? Is he focused on building himself for you, like for girls, or for his own personal health, so that he can be strong on a general basis? A balanced person is very careful. He's not going to build his chest more than his leg can carry, and he's not going to build his leg more than his chest requires. You get what I'm saying now? Because there must be balance. That is what life is. He doesn't want to waste his resources. You get what I'm saying now? Who wastes life resources? Please, we are talking about life resources here. You get? Not and we only have one life. It's not like we have 3 bars on our hand that say, if you die like Jumanji, you wake up and continue the second time. If you die the second time, you wake up and continue the third time. No, it's 1 bar. That 1 bar, yes, it's decreasing, but once it's full patapata, it cannot turn pada. You get? You can recharge it. It can increase. It can decrease. But once it is shut down, it's shut down. So who wants to waste his resources to the shut down level? I don't think anybody is interested in wasting that, right? If at least if I am not interested. If you are interested, though, Mr. Raphael or Dr. Raphael or Professor Raphael or whatever is my identity, or whatever identity I decide to show, you get, he's not interested in wasting his resources. You get what I'm saying now? So check for that. And the reason why I say you should check for that, that is the most basic physical picture you can first see anywhere. You get? And it talks about a lot, it shows a lot of things about the person. It shows the amount of time the person is spending on his body, watching, carefully designing his body by himself. You get? If we reverse it back, it will show a lot of mental characters, you get, that the person possess, that makes the person, you get, way of thinking, this and that. And if you look at it very well, you want to be strong, look for someone that is strong too, not just strong and looking, you get, someone with balance. Let me put it that way. So in short form, you look for balance in that person. Will you be proud if your child or you yourself has these characteristics? And there's one thing, always look for someone who has more of the characteristics you like than just having one feature. It's better you go for someone with multiple features. And the reason is simple. Girls, when gene is copied, it is assimilated randomly, right? You might see gene A for strength, and gene A for strength in the person is one of the last gene copied, and you go and have sex with that person, and then whatever happens, and the gene is not sent to you, and you have already copied weaknesses. That is something. That is something. You get what I'm saying now? So always make sure the person you are looking for has multiple. And yes, there's one mistake girls make because they like money. You go for people that have money. Please investigate the source of their money. I don't think you want your child to be a fraud. Because being a fraud is an evidence of laziness. And I have not seen muscular frauds. Muscular frauds will not be fraudulent. Like, they will not be all these internet scammers or whatever. They will use their body to scam. You get? They will carry things. You will see them using their body to scam. Not those that will sit down inside one place and do nothing and call themselves scammers of today. Those one will be involved in dangerous operations. It's because they don't have choice. Maybe that's where life puts them. But then they have problems too. I won't advise you to go for those set of people. But at least they are better than the fraudulent people that are seen. still have biology to copy from them, At least it means if the environment become totally barbaric, your children still have a means to survive. But in this environment, if you can see someone who in this environment is not barbaric and is strong at the same time, it means maybe you would have opportunity to be stronger to resist the barbaricness, or your child will have the gene. You get either of the two. It makes it more easier to develop yourself. You get what I'm saying now? Because I would say it again, there are some people that have claimed to go to gym 24/7 and still not build muscle. Let's say they don't have muscular gene in their body, because if they have, why are they going? You will see some people, their strength improvement rate is very high. It's a gene that is working on that one. Why some people, they will gym from all this and they will even have big body. Yes, method, technique is a scenario, but wait, when you are building yourself, keep in mind your mental health plays a good role. If you have good mental health, you will know exactly the kind of, you get what I'm saying now, if it is very strong. But then if you're not very strong, maybe you don't have maybe it's pain receptor you do not have, or body balance receptor, or whatever. I show that there's a lot of things that you don't have. Now I'm talking to girls. So girls, if you want to have complete sex, look at, is this person muscularly toned for balance? 2, is this body design of the person, is it designed, optimized for survival? You get? Is it not? Is it not? Do your investigation. This set of people too, make sure they are not just physical alone. I've said mental. When I said mental, it will be hard for you to get the mental poesis of someone. The easiest way to get it is, what is the person doing currently? How is he living his life? You get? If you are in a situation, you'll be proud of living the life the person is living. You get? All those questions will infer the mental makeup of the person. You get what I'm saying? Is the person memory okay? Is the person processor okay? All those ones you would answer from how good is the person academically, in remembering things, and how much problems the person can solve at a very fast rate, and the rest. Which is one of the reasons why girls like to play indirect game genetically. You get what I'm saying now? But now, do you know where the problem is? The problem is simple. When you are playing direct game and you yourself, you are foolish, and you are now playing foolish game with a wise person, I will tell you the fact, only a foolish person will play a foolish game with a foolish person. Until the person says that this person is wise, he will not play a game with you. You get what I'm saying now? You know all those stuffs. So the first thing a wise guy will test is to test if you are wise. Regardless of whatever, if you give a response it calculates as wise, he will play games with you. You get? But if you give a response that is foolish, he might give you a second try, maybe you don't understand the try, but then you will just get fed up. I'm just saying in general what happens when a wise guy asks a foolish girl out. It happens the same way vice versa. You get what I'm saying now? It happens the same way vice versa. So for girls, check the mental health, check the physical health if it's done for balance. For cellular health, you cannot easily know. Okay, that is why GH doctors must be involved. That's why if you won't just bring anybody. If you see someone on the street, take the person to GH doctor. It should be, you should know the agreement between the person that you want to use to know. Maybe you want to collect gym from the person. Maybe the person wants to get paid, which is going to explain in the escorting, whatever. Maybe the person wants to get paid for the gene transfer. Maybe the person wants to do that. Maybe the person wants to do that. Whatever he wants to do. You get whatever your agreement is. There's one thing that is sure. You have to test the person. So after you've seen the physical, you've seen the mental. You get what I'm saying now? Then what do you look for? Look for the next thing. Cellular. Take the person to a GH doctor. A GH doctor like myself will do some things to know. You get? A lot of exercises. When I say exercises now, I'm not saying maybe training. I'm saying exams. A lot. I have a lot that I can give anybody. I will infer immediately if you need the person's gene or not. You get? It's simple. I will compare you with the person. Simple as ABC. If you were the person, if you were a male, you get? Even females have all the muscles guys have and more. Let's say you don't have abs as we do. You have abs, so, but it's not like we do. Please, you have wombs that we do not have. A very powerful muscle that can hold a baby for 9 months. What organ in a man is that strong? 9 months, holding a load for 9 months. You have powerful muscles in your body. You are the one being too lazy. That is the sad truth. That is the sad truth. You are the one being too lazy as a female. So, just if you see a guy like that, just contact me. You want to know if this person is viable for you to have sex with. So, you want to know, no problem. Just do what? Just contact me. I'll say both of you come around. Okay. I'll do some things and ask the guy to do some things, those things. Then I will measure. You get? If he's able to do it to the amount at which I believe is okay for you, then I will say you can go ahead with the process. Then aside then you now do the coordinated process for the gene transfer. You get what I'm saying now? That is how this gene transfer works. It's not something you just be having with anybody or the people you select yourself. You are not a sexual health practitioner, you are not a general health practitioner. So you cannot do it yourself. That is why it's even righteous too. Because it's something officially done. Complete sex. You get? If you are not married, but because of our current state of health on earth, you get? That's why I say most of the time, go for masturbation. In fact, you can. There's a way. I don't know. It's because of the current state of earth. There's a way you can actually we can do thinner sperm. You get what I'm saying now? Thinner sperm, thinner condom. You get thinner condom that will be strong towards the cap. Why the shaft part and the towards the end of the cap, when the shaft or whatever will be soft somehow. Like will be strong but soft. You know, something like that. In as much you lubricated the vagina before you start anything, like you made the girl get wet, it will work and it will not tear if you are careful enough. You get what I'm saying? You want to have maximum pleasure, no problem, but have it in a way that will not condemn anybody's genetics. You get? So this for females right now. So select the guys you want to select by yourself. You get? Make sure they have everything. You understand? As a GH doctor, the first set of people you should be looking for are GHs. You get? That is the truth. It's not like I'm advertising whatever, but it is a rule in Ayeconet Health Institute that you must be stronger than your patient if you are to take that person as a patient. It means if you are not physically stronger than that person, no. Yes, there's one part I want to talk about again. Now, people used to look at the skin. Okay, oh, this person has pimples, so you don't want to do gene transfer. Do you know why I don't care about my pimples? If I take self-destructive creams and drugs, I will destroy myself internally because I want to be pleasure. I want to look like it externally. You know what happens? I become not it completely. I will tell you one thing about the skin. The original skin at birth is always the skin type that is transferred, because the body knows that the environment is dangerous. You get what I'm saying now? A lot of scar, it's only few data, for instance now, color change. You get color change and cell constituent. But for the pimples part that is growing, pimples is something external growing somewhere. You get, and the face is the most exposed set of skin. The face is the most exposed, and it's not just exposed to the environment, it's not exposed to anything that can damage bacteria. Do you know why ants does not grow pimples? Look at where you put your hands. You cannot put your face there. Will you put your hand inside peppery food? Yeah, like your face. Or will you put your face inside washing water, like you are washing clothes, you are washing plates? You won't do all those, will you? The skin are even different, but the one that is experiencing the biggest amount of damage and the minimum training is the face. Yes, you use cream, you beautify your face the way you want to beautify it, yes, but be careful. Make sure it's only external. So if you use any cream, use it external. But me, in Ayeconet Health Institute, we advise that if it is not emergency, you get, let your body learn, understand and overcome. There will be a point in your life where the pimples you had was just a training, and you will never have a sickness of that category for life. I say Ayeconet Health Institute was developed for immortality research and development. If you are to develop immortality, your body must understand all kinds of sickness. The reason why our children does not have good immunity against sickness is because our own body does not understand it. If our body completely understands it, the next generation will be immune to it. You get? So it means leave those bacteria in your body if it's not in emergency. You get? Emergency to me, emergency in Ayeconet is any disease that will stop you from living your normal day-to-day activity. Will pimples stop you from eating, drinking, going to work, doing that? Pimples will not even stop you from having sex with whoever you want to have sex with. You get what I'm saying now? Just make sure your skin, aside all those bacterial attacks, you get, make sure your skin are in the standard mood. Your muscles are okay. If they look at your skin, they're like your skin is perfectly fine, only pimples. You get what I'm saying? It's not like you're having cancer on your face. You get? And the more you use all these creams, the more you damage, the more you increase the time at which you are going to look old. You know, there are some people that usually look old when they are young. You see some people at 30, they look like 70. You get? Look at something that people like at 40, they look like 70. If you look at when they were young, they've used a lot of cream to fasten the process of bleaching cells, killing a lot of cells. You get? Maybe you only have the ability to produce. Maybe in your gene now, they've said that after you've produced 100 cells set of skin, you cannot produce again. You will now bleach your face 100 times. You waste all the cells. Then the last cell, that one now you that if I die, you will die. You get? That is where you now start to repent. You now not use cream again. After your last what would I call it now? Your last breath. You are repenting after your last breath. Don't do that too. Don't do that. If your skin has pimples now, leave it alone. Treat it the way you can treat it that will not damage the skin further. You get? You can use things that will kill the bacteria, because our skin is very strong. It's stronger than bacteria. That's why it's called the skin. You get? What is not as strong as the bacteria is everything inside. You get? But the skin on the outside is very strong. So you can use some creams, but don't use creams that will damage, that will thin. Especially if you are dark, don't use lightening cream. You get? You can use all these creams that treat bacteria and all those stuff, infections, but don't use the one that destroy your melanin pigment. Your melanin pigment is there because to protect you from the sun. The version in your body is the version that is protecting you from the sun. If you are in the sun 24/7 and you are still light, you get, it's because the version that can protect you from the sun is the light version. But I don't think we usually have the light version. You get? Even me, I was almost white at birth, and I'm almost black now. It means it's the dark version of skin protection melanin that I have. You get what I'm saying now? The dark version. And I will say one more part. You know what they call human photosynthesis? It's a research I've been working on for the past 7 years, which is adequately successful because all the energy I need use 24/7 is not primarily from my food. You get? It's a successful research, and Ayeconet is only planning to practice it. You know, we are in Nigeria and want Nigeria to have one of the biggest and top-notch health industry. You get? We've been lagging at the back for so long, so that's why I'm trying to make sure that Nigeria is where we practice our methods by ourselves first. Okay, so we'll be a pioneer, we'll be a lead, we'll be the first, and if we are the first now, we will be the first. You get what I'm saying now? So that's why I am trying to protect many of my researches like that have been successful. So that's it about that one. So, and now, do you know that I'm not talking about that one yet. So that is it. So when you're looking for as a female, the same thing goes for male. The gene transfer process for male is a bit different from that of female, because male will be intentional. You get what I'm saying now? It's close to the same thing, but there are some things you are going to do. You get little things, child. It's not much. You get, aside that, is to look at the girl you want to get married to, or you want to have the sex with. You want to collect gene from. This girl you want to collect gene from. This girl you want to collect gene from. What is the genetic makeup? Like the strength, the this, the that. Even if you shall look for one gene the girl have before you can say you want to collect gene from girl. But truth is that from generation to generation, we've been destroying the girl's the female's genetics in general. We've been destroying it in a bad way, that it is close to impossible to see the gene you want in females. You get what I'm saying now? It's very, very close to impossible. You get, I've spent at least 6 years checking girls out, and till date, genetically, I have not seen. You get, someone that I will be so interested in, like overly interested in, that I will do whatever it takes to say I want to take gene from you. You get, I have not seen. The reason is simple. Girls have been too lazy and too they are the one that consume medicines the most. Look at it. Between both gender, which gender consume drugs the most? It's the feminine, it's the female. Any small whatever, instead of ruggeding, it's a lie, they will not rugged. Instead of saying I'm fighting this disease directly, they will not fight it. You know what they will do? They will go and take it. Ordinary pregnancy that we know is just physical stress, they will use paracetamol like mad. They will use different drugs like mad. Ordinary stress, because you are carrying overweight. If to say you've exercised before that time and you are still exercising during those periods, if you keep your muscles, every part of your muscles energized enough, you are not doing all those ones. You are consuming drugs and you are sleeping like a chicken, and you're expecting the child still to be strong. You are joking. You say, I want to copy my mommy 100%. That's what a female child does in the belly. Like biologically, you copy your mommy totally. Psychologically, you cannot copy your daddy. You get, it's only for male children. That's why it is XY. It's only for male children. You get, their body and spirit, you try to balance father and mother. For females, what happens is mommy body complete. Mommy body, that is set 1. You get, set 2, mommy and daddy behavior. You get, why for the XY part, the male part, daddy's body, allele version. Daddy's body, one allele version, or combination, still allele version. You get, daddy's body, daddy and mommy's mind. You get what I'm saying now? And then the developmental phase, we now have to say, okay, more of mommy or more of daddy, or maybe balance of both. That one is now depending on a lot of other factors post delivery. You get, that one's now, because the one that will be activated, the one that will not be activated is post. But before delivery, you get, for men, if you are a guy, if the child is a man, is going to copy daddy body complete set. You get, then mind, daddy and mommy. You get what I'm saying now? Maybe there cannot be some say, okay, we want to share daddy and mommy mixture, daddy and mommy mixture, whatever. But note that most 90% of the constituent of the body will now be daddy version if you're a man, and will be mommy version if you're a woman, or maybe daddy's mommy's version is third allele type, or combination of daddy's mommy and mommy's version. You get what I'm saying now? So for guys, you to be careful. Look for if you want to get married, look for women that have the strength, not just big bum bum. Big bum bum at the age of 70, 80, 50, 60, 30, 40, the bum bum will be useless, because it will have some stupid contours. You get some contours that will never entice you again. In fact, if you were me, if you see the contour like this, it just fall down, pound the erect penis before. You get what I'm saying now? It will not be smooth, it will not be, you get, because instead of them training muscles to be there, they are busy putting fat at different concentration in their bum bum. If it is muscle they are throwing, muscle will be uniform because it's a muscle. That is the difference between muscle and fat. A body containing muscle will have uniform. Yes, it might be toned, it might be designed, but the contour will not be ugly. You would have seen that, okay, if the muscle is in the right part with this form, it will definitely be in the left part at that form. You get what I'm saying now? If it is this, it will definitely be there at that form. You get what I'm saying now? But for the contour, everything will just be totally irregular. There will not be symmetry, there will not be design. You get what I'm saying? Muscles will show design. You will see design, like appreciated design. Like wow, this is a design here. You get what I'm saying now? It will look like design. You get, but for the contour type, you will know that this one is not design. It's a contour. It's contortious. You get what I'm saying now? So that is it about that. So I cannot explain deeply, very deeply, what you should consider, but I'll give you the greatest advice. GH doctors. It's only one we have in Ayeconet now. I'm the only one. You get? And I can prove a lot of things about it. My videos online approves. My masturbation videos approves. I'll do some other videos. You get what I'm saying now? And some other videos too. You get? So those are one. You get? Two. If you see anybody that you believe reach that capability too, bring the person to the GH doctor. The GH doctor is not comparing the person with himself. It's comparing whether or not you need the gene that person has to offer. GH doctors will not have sex with everybody in the world. Why would they? Is that what they are born for? No. They are responsible. They are righteous. You get what I'm saying now? So they won't have time for all the people in the world. They would even prefer you bringing people and paying them their own money for doing what? For helping you through the process. You understand, don't you? So that is it. But a GH doctor will not advise you for gene transfer first, unless he is sure you don't have the gene. What he will advise you for is physical, mental, and cellular and sexual development trainings instead of gene transfer. You get? So he will never tell you, he sees you the first time and be telling you it's gene transfer you need. He will never. He's going to do what? He's going to make sure he has given you the trainings to develop one set of muscles or health state. If you do not develop it in the average time, that's when he will consider that you don't have the gene. Then he will go for gene transfer. You get what I'm saying now? Like me now, you want to copy gene from me, I'll say come for sexual health training first. You get? Come for physical health training first. Come for mental health training first. Come for cellular health training first. If I now train you to Agbe training, you get? That's why I'm like, okay, I think this person does not have this gene, this gene. I would have done the process of training, I would have started noting the genes that are absent, that I believe are absent. You get what I'm saying now? Maybe you need something to trigger. You get? So I will just, you get? Then I will do trigger test again. You get what I'm saying now? If trigger test did not work, it means you don't have it. You get? Then you don't have it, then that suggests, okay, you don't have this gene. That is what is happening. So it means before you can actually be ripe for a kind of gene transfer, you would have trained with the trainer for like 6 months. You get what I'm saying now? Unless maybe you are personal with the GH doctor now. You are personal that maybe you just say you want sperm, you know. That is another condition. You get what I'm saying now? But you will never officially make it first. That way, that you come for health development, and then the first thing is telling you without being sure. That one just want to have sex now. You get? If it's offering sexual services, it will be explicitly stated, I'm offering sexual services. You get? And this is not prescription. You get? This is just like what should I call it now? Supplement. You get? This is just a supplement. I'm not prescribing. If you like the supplement, if you like, you get? Maybe you just want addition. You get? But But it will not be like I'm telling you you have gym problem. No, I will never say you have gym problem. You get, I can say I have supplements for you. Maybe we start. If I do that online, maybe I'm getting interested in you for some reasons you don't know. So I just say I have supplements for you, and it's not drug. That's all. You get, and it's not drug. It's gene transfer. You get what I'm saying? In fact, I would say it's sex so complete. You get what I'm saying? Maybe there is some kind of interest or whatever. You get, because before I tell you you have gym problem, you would have been tested to have gym problem. You get them? Yes, a lot of girls have gym problem, but you have to first determine the gym problem they have, and before you tell them they have gym problem, put them into training. Maybe you end up realizing that you don't even have to start with. You get what I'm saying? Maybe you end up discovering that they don't have. You get what I'm saying now? So that is it about that one. So that's the little I'm going to say about that one. Then I will talk about the escorting services, and then the one we offer in Ayeconet too. You get? So the general ones and the one we offer, the differences, and what we specify, like what we make a priority, and why we support it. You get? I'm going to explain all those stuff. Yeah, I'm going to explain that. Thank you.